The Sermon on the Mount, as recorded in Matthew 5, is one of the most profound and impactful teaching of Jesus Christ. This chapter begins with a Beatitudes, a series of blessings that provide a roadmap of Christian living. These teachings are not just moral guidelines but a call to a deeper spiritual transformation. Today's let's delve into a Beatitudes and understand their relevance in our life. The first, Matthew 5, verse 3 says, "Blessed are the poor in spirit, for there is the kingdom of heaven." Being a poor in spirit means recognizing our spiritual need and dependence on God. It is an acknowledgement of our insufficiency and the necessity of divine grace. In the world that celebrates self reliance and pride, Jesus calls us to humble recognition of our need for Him. This humility is the gateway to the kingdom of heaven, where we find true spiritual wealth. The second verse, Matthew chapter 5, 4 say, "Blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted." Mourning her goes beyond grieving for personal loss. It encompasses a sorrow for sin and the brokenness of the world. Jesus promises comfort to those who are heartbroken over the sin and suffering they see around them. This comfort comes from the assurance of God's presence and His promise of restoration and healing. Third, Matthew chapter 5 verse 5. "Blessed are the meek, for they will inherit earth." Meekness is often misunderstood as weakness, but it is actually strength under control. The meek are those who trust in the God's timing and justice rather than asserting their own power. They are gentle and patient, implying Christ's humanity. Their reward is a profound spiritual inheritance, symbolizing a life of peace and fulfillment in the God's kingdom. The fourth, Matthew chapter 5 verse 6. "Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for the righteousness, for they will be filled." This beatitude speaks to a deep, insatiable desire for justice and righteousness. It is a call to pursue holiness and justice with the same intensity as we would seek food and water. Jesus assured us that his spiritual hunger will be satisfied as provides the grace and strength to live righteously. Fifth, Matthew chapter 5 verse 7 say, "Blessed are the merciful, for they are will be shown mercy." Mercy is a cornerstone of Christians' belief or our teaching. Showing compassion and forgiveness to others reflects the mercy we have received from God. In a culture that often seeks retribution, Jesus teaches us the power of mercy, which not only transforms others but also brings us into a deeper alignment with God's heart. Sixth teaching say Matthew chapter 5 verse 8. "Blessed are the pure in heart, for they will see God. Purity of heart involves an undivided loyalty to God, free from deceit and hypocrisy. It is about having a single minded devotion to God's will. Such purity allows us to experience God's presence more fully, opening our eyes to His work in the world and in our life. Seventh, Matthew chapter 5, 9 say, Blessed are the peacemaker, for they will be called children of God. Peacemaking goes beyond merely avoiding conflict, it actively seeks to resolve dispute and foster harmony. Peacemaker embody God's concil- reconciling love, working to heal division and promote understanding. By doing so, they reflect God's nature and are recognized as His true children. Eighth teaching in Matthew 5, verse 10. Blessed those who are persecuted because of righteousness, for there is the kingdom of heaven. Standing up for righteousness often invites opposition and persecution. Jesus acknowledges his reality but also offers a profound promise. Those who endure persecution for his sake will inherit the kingdom of heaven. Their suffering is not a vain, it is a testimony for their faith and commitment to God's truth. The Beatitudes present a radical counter-cultural vision of the light that challenges our values and priorities. They call us to embrace humility, compassion, purity, and deep hunger to righteousness. As we reflect on the teaching, let us strive to embody them in our daily lives, trusting in God's promise and His transformative power. Through the Beatitudes, with glimpse the heart of the Christ and path of the blessedness.